Henry, thanks for joining us. Not the result you wanted, but in terms of the performance, what did you make of it?
Well, in terms of the effort and application that the boys have shown, absolutely outstanding. The first thing we ask the boys when they go out on the pitch is make sure you leave everything out there, do everything you can to fulfil the values of the football club, and I couldn't have asked anything more from them from that perspective. The disappointing thing from all sides, my side, the boys' side, and all staff that are involved with the youth teams, I just don't feel like we've implemented our performance, both in possession and out of possession, within the framework that we set out for the players, as well as we would have liked. And there's certain things that we can all take from that in relation to how we go about doing that during a game where there's a bit more pressure on, with players, other players watching you, first team members of staff here to watch, and obviously friends and family as well.
It's obviously a big experience for the players playing on the first team pitch, and as you say, they're friends and family. You've got to hope that they kind of take the lessons from it and build on the positive experiences from tonight.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, our team that we put out there tonight started with 3 under-16s, and there's 2 under-16s who were on the bench. There was only started the game with 4 genuine under-18s in the squad, which shows a lot for how well we competed with Luton, considering the experience that they've got on their side, which they showed, I think, ultimately coming throughout the game. And really, with the end result, that was probably reflective of just a little bit of inexperience from our side, and maybe not adapting to the conditions of the game quite as well as we would have liked to. But like I said, we go back, the positives you take from tonight is that we've got a group of players there, one, who've gained a great experience from it, and two, they're all pulling in the right direction, both on an individual level and on a team level, all trying to do the right things, working as absolutely hard as they can for that common goal that we talk about within the academy and the football club as a whole.
You obviously took the lead, but you had a great chance before that with the penalty from Mason Clark, dragging it just wide of the post. If that goes in, it's a different game perhaps.
Well, quite possibly. Ifs and buts and maybes unfortunately don't make a game of football though. We took the lead at 1-0. We've gone in at 1-1. I think that was probably a fair reflection of the first half. We didn't deserve anything more from that. The disappointing thing when we got into the second half was that we actually started really well in the first 5 minutes, and we just couldn't build on it. And getting towards the end, we're carrying 1 or 2 players who are coming back from injury, so we've had to make a couple of changes, which just meant my hands were tied a little bit in terms of what we were able to do in the last 15-20 minutes when we needed to nick a goal to get back in the game. So, but that's just life of running a football team. Unfortunately, you have to work with what you've got, and so I couldn't ask anything more from the boys from what they've done out there today. And it's just disappointing that we weren't able to quite implement that style of play that we wanted to throughout the game.
And the important thing now for yourself, Dean Selvey, and the rest of the coaching staff, I imagine, is to get them ready for MK Dons. Full focus on that for the weekend now.
Yeah, exactly. I've spoken to the players in the changing room, said 1 or 2 brief words, similar to what we said when we lost away at Cheltenham last year, in the knowledge that there was going to be potentially a big tie in the 3rd round. And I said, listen, unfortunately, whichever way you look at it, one game doesn't make a season. They have to look at it in terms of how they're going to build as a team and on an individual level, with the short to medium term goal of looking to gain a professional contract. 1 win in the FA Youth Cup doesn't do that. Performance throughout, consistent performance throughout your year, as a year, 2 years as a scholar at the football club, that's what does it. And so the important thing is they come back, they'll be back in, they'll do a recovery session tomorrow, off on Thursday, back in on Friday, and we're ready to go to get a result against MK Dons and build on what was an outstanding performance against Dagenham last weekend.
Fantastic. Thanks, Henry.
Thanks, Tom.